Alright, y'all. Excuse me. It is morning time. I got some work to do. So, look at this. Y'all see this oak tree growing in here? Get that out of there. Acorn must have fell in there. Alright, I have to stab myself. Okay, so this is my charcoal bucket. I know a lot of it look like this. It looked like dirt, basically. A lot of it, when I first made it, it all looked like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of broken down some, which is fine. Still works. It works the same way, even though it's broken down. And I want to let y'all know I am gonna do a video on how I make my char, because when I talked about it, a lot of people was like, "Yeah, make a video how you do that." So I got char in the bucket. So what we doing? Let y'all walk with me. So what we doing is, that's my old burn pile. See how the grass really don't grow? It's a little bit of charcoal right there too. But I'm not gonna get that up. I'm just gonna let the grass fill in. This is my burn pile for right now. Can't burn it right now. It's too dry. We got a burn ban on. Can y'all see Shadow over there in the middle of the screen? Y'all see him looking around? But anyway, when I make my char video, y'all see me make it out of that pile. Shadow. Full is. So what we doing today? I got beds to fill up. And I'm gonna show y'all. Somebody asked me what do I use to fill my raised beds with. Y'all, I'm not really into all that buying all that soil, y'all. I mean, if it's on sale, I will buy it. But if it's not on sale, y'all, I can't even bring myself. It's very, very hard for me to bring myself. That's Iris's pool, as y'all can see. She hasn't used it in a while. But it's hard for me to bring myself to even buy that crap. So I make my own soil. Dump that out. So what you about to see next? These cans back here, which I need to throw them away. This is my worm bin, but y'all can see this is done. It's complete. They have ate up everything. Can y'all see the worm? This stuff flying around my head like crazy. And I want to show y'all, stuff does grow in my worm bin. And this is one of my composts. I have 2 composts. Stuff grows in here. I don't care. I'm not finna fish out seeds, y'all. That's too much work. But you can see just how much activity. Y'all can see all the worms. So I'm gonna try to be gentle in here. I know inadvertently I'm gonna kill some worms. But that looked like a freaking hornet though. That ain't a bee, I know that much. Y'all ever notice hornets sound angry when they fly around? Like bees are like kind of joyful, like hornets sound angry, like out of my domain. But anyway, and if y'all want to know what I put in these worm castings in my worm bed, a little bit of everything, y'all. I mean, I don't have a rodent problem. I never have. Whoa. I'm sorry, y'all. Not the worm castings. I don't care. I can't. I'll put leaves in there with it. Leaves break down. It's fine. I put a little bit of everything in here. Any kind of kitchen scraps. Eggs. Hair. All that kind of stuff. All my kitchen scraps pretty much go in here. And I've had this worm bin for see, I had something in here that was tied up. Sometimes I don't even take the bands off the produce. It just goes right in. So this is gonna be my last scoopful. And I don't know what this plastic is. It's like a bag. I think a bag flew in there. So yeah, I'm gonna get one more scoop of that. And if y'all wondering the ratios of this stuff, man, it's not rocket science. I don't really worry about the ratios, but and I'm gonna put some more stuff in this worm bin. I'm actually probably gonna sift those worms out of there. I did a video on that before using they got leaves in them, but using these sifters to sift the worms and the eggs out so I can get my castings. And see how this one is empty? I'll layer the bottom with leaves, kitchen scraps, cardboard, all that kind of stuff. Put the worms in. I put a little bit of worm castings in there with them because they need a little bit of the grit. But that's how I start my bins over. If I'm not mistaken, both of these are empty. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think all three of these are empty. Yeah, all three of them is empty. So that's what I do. And sometimes it's more, if I don't have really that many kitchen scraps, I put a lot of leaves in there. When it's worms, they'll eat it. Not a big deal. And like I said, I've been had that worm bin for like 5 years. 6 years, something like that. I had that worm bin before I even came here. Y'all hear Shadow making all this noise. As per usual. That's why he ain't my dog. You make too much noise. Be quiet. Be civilized. Look at him. I don't even know. He barking at his buddy Iris that's tied up over there. He want Iris to come play with him. Iris ain't studying him. They already played and she deemed play session was over. So she's done with him. Iris gets very fed up very quickly. Alright, so what's next? To go in here. Now I will say this. The stuff I'm about to put in now. Let's see. Okay. Y'all excuse me. The stuff I'm about to put in now. This is the majority of what I put in my soil, which is wood chips. Now, yeah, these chips are kind of big. But don't worry about it. They almost dirt anyway. If you look at them, they are very, very much so broken down. Let me see if I can show y'all. See what I'm saying? I shouldn't be able to. Y'all see how they just basically turn to dirt? This stuff been breaking down for a little while. It ain't been that long. Wood don't take that long to break up. That's why when people be like, oh, I'm gonna have this wood hauled off from my property, I'm like, you're an idiot. You should keep your wood. Let it break down. Y'all quit doing everything the unnatural way. The forest, trees fall, they break down, they feed the soil. Y'all letting people have free fertilizer, and then y'all go to the store and do what? Buy 511? No. Stop doing that. Them companies don't care nothing about y'all. Y'all keeping them companies open. And then you putting trash soil on your stuff and wonder why you keep having to buy 511 and triple 20 and whatever else you buying. When I tell you annually, I think I spend $10 or $15 on fertilizer. If that. Because this year I ain't spent but $7. And the year is almost gone. And I can't imagine me spending not another dime. Y'all want to see my fertilizer? This is it right here. And you don't have to. You can put your logs in place and let them break down. But where this tree was on my property, I could not do that. I couldn't just leave it where it was and let it break down. So, like I said, y'all will be better off going to a fish market and buying fish heads and sitting up buying all this damn 511. Grow you some comfrey. Grow you some Mexican sunflower. That's fertilizer. You already watering and growing stuff. That stuff grow like weeds. I never fertilize my comfrey. I never fertilize my Mexican sunflower. I chop and drop that stuff and it fertilizes the garden for me. If you don't have no comfrey, use weeds that grow in your yard. I know all of y'all got some plant that you don't like that's weeds. Chop that crap up and put it in a bucket and let it break down. Any plant you don't like. It don't have to be comfrey. It don't have to be Mexican sunflower. Any plant you don't like on your property, I got news. It took nutrients for that plant to grow. Why not take that same plant, put it in some water, let it break down, turn back into nutrients, and grow your stuff with it? Can y'all tell me why you would continue to go to the store and continue to be buying stuff? Huh? Y'all tell me why anybody would continue to do that. And I know it's one thing when you don't know no better. But when you know some better, you're supposed to do better. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but It's time we hold each other accountable. Because sometimes we allow our people to do too much stuff they ain't got no business doing. It's against their own interests, and we allow them to do it. Well, I got news for you. If you don't want to be held accountable, you might want to unsubscribe from my channel real quick, like, because one or two things gonna happen. You either gonna get it or you ain't. And if you ain't, well, don't complain about it. That's all I can say. Whatever you do, don't complain. Because you have been told, you have been given the information. If you choose not to use it, it has nothing to do with me. But don't be surprised if I don't give you no more information. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I see the same people asking the same stuff over and over and over again. And people done told them, but they won't stop. For whatever reason, they won't stop, y'all. And I can't. I can't and I won't. So y'all see how much wood while I was ranting. See, when I rant, I work and rant. See, that's a skill you have to develop. Working and ranting. Ooh, lizard. Y'all, I'm so pitiful. I still ain't finished the shipper robe yet. Man, it's been so hot. I ain't been able to finish it, but I gotta finish that thing. Cause it's looking too pretty. Every time I walk past it, I feel like a sucker because I ain't finished my shipper robe yet. But y'all don't think I ain't been moving around out here. I got stuff to do, but man, the priority list is long. So last stop. This is my other compost pile. This pile here gets mostly my yard refuse. This pile is about 4 feet tall, and diameter wise, I guess that's about 8 feet. It's kind of a big mound. It's hard to gauge the size of it, but all these pine needles, all these leaves, most of them. I mean, some of the leaves I put in the worm bin, but my pine tree dropped so many pine needles, and I get so many oak leaves in the fall and stuff like that, it will overwhelm my worm bin. So I don't put all of them in there at once. So what I do is I put it all in one big pile, and I'm gonna be real, y'all. Yeah, I'm old school. I turn this with a pitchfork. You do not have to do that. I think that was discussed in Bear Fruit's live about composting. Like, you ain't gotta turn it. I turn mine for 2 reasons. Because I actually like to work out, and I actually like to work out, and mine won't stay a hot compost if I don't turn it for some reason. I think it's because of the pine needles and the media that I'm using in here. I do put greens in here. When I mow my grass, I put my grass clippings. My grass clippings will really heat that pile up for me nicely. Yeah, but I do turn it. Like I said, I like to work out. You don't have to turn it. I feel connected to my legacy when I got a pitchfork in my hand. That might sound crazy, but I do. Because that's something I used to watch family members do. And, it's not really functionally a needed thing per se. Not really. If I really got on top of layering it properly, I wouldn't have to turn it. But a lot of times I don't. I just throw shit on top and then turn it. So I put some new tires on the whip. The old tires is gonna make some new beds, y'all. I am not charging them to dispose of my tires. They ain't getting no extra money out of me. You already getting enough money out of me for putting the tires on. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set y'all up in the trap pod so y'all can see. And I'm gonna show y'all, I need to fill this bed up right here. Can y'all see all that gap? That's the top of the soil. That's the top of the tire. When you grow in tires, let me pull this comfrey over in here. That's free fertilizer. Once again, we back on the free fertilizer. When you do when you do tires, just like anything, the soil gets broken down by worms, whatever, and it eventually shrinks. Your stuff will shrink. The nutrients, the plants take up the nutrients and all that different kind of stuff. Your stuff shrinks. Don't worry about it. Now's the time when you can take and fill your beds up. So let me go get the tripod and put y'all in the tripod. Then I'm gonna fill this bed up and show y'all how I do it.